Hey yo, YouTube, ain't nothing wrong with a quick little 3-minute video, bro, that I want to check out. And it popped on my Explore page on YouTube, and it really caught my eye. And I never thought of this too, man. What if the world lost oxygen for 5 seconds? What the fuck would happen? No, he was easy pickings? On God, he is. What the hell would happen if the whole planet just lost oxygen for 5 seconds? Now I don't think bro. I like these little. I like these little whatchamacallits, man. I like these videos, man. Like these little educational videos. But it's like on some real shit though. Like what would happen? Like what if this happened, or what happens if something catastrophic happens? What do you do? I like this shit.
Oxygen disappeared. Not forever, just for say 5 seconds. Would we just hold our breath? What would happen to the atmosphere? What would happen to the environment?
Wow.
This is what if. And here's what would happen if the world lost
oxygen
like
some
for
what
just
ifs,
5 seconds.
I'm a big what if guy.
Take a nice deep breath. Feel how satisfying that is?
Yeah.
What you're breathing in is oxygen.
Yes.
It takes up roughly 21% of our atmosphere, with 78% being nitrogen. Although it's not the most abundant gas in our atmosphere, it is the most important. Without oxygen, plants, animals, water, and us humans wouldn't be where we are today. 5 seconds may not sound like a whole lot of time to be without oxygen. Most of us can go at least 30 seconds without taking a breath, so it would happen too fast for your body to even notice. Your breathing would actually remain normal, but as for everything else, not so much.
Oh shit.
In just 5 seconds, the Earth would look completely different. Without oxygen, you can say goodbye to the Hoover Dam, the Pantheon Dome, and anything else made of concrete. These structures would instantly collapse. Oxygen acts as a special binding agent to concrete. Without it, concrete is just dust.
Man, I never thought of that. I never
knew
knew that.
Any untreated metal would instantly be fused together. This is because there's a layer of oxidation on metals that prevents them from welding together. Without that layer, metals would instantly bind to each other. If you happen to be relaxing at the beach at the time, expect a severe sunburn. The ozone layer, our protection against the sun's UV rays, is made of oxygen. Take away the oxygen and the Earth would become extremely dangerous. There would be nothing protecting us from the sun's UV rays. In addition to a sunburn, our inner ear would explode. Losing oxygen means losing 21% of our air pressure. A change in air pressure that drastic is equivalent to being at sea level and dropping down 2,000 meters instantly. Our ears wouldn't have enough time to adapt. Having a good time yet? Well, don't expect it to last long. Without oxygen, there's no fire. The combustion process in vehicles wouldn't be able to occur. Any mode of transport that isn't electric will automatically fail. Planes will fall from the sky, and millions of cars will be stopped in their tracks.
Shit.
The sky would be completely dark. Before it hits the Earth, light from the sun bounces off multiple particles in the air. Without oxygen in the atmosphere, there are less things to bounce off, and the sky will appear dark. Oh yeah, and while all this is happening, the Earth's crust would completely crumble.
In 5 seconds? That's crazy,
Earth's
bro.
crust is made up of 45% oxygen. The crust would crumble and continue to crumble until there's nothing left, sending you and everyone on the planet into a free fall. Sound like fun? Probably not. But luckily, you can take a deep breath of 21% oxygen, knowing this will never happen. For more things that are
Nothing's impossible, bro.
Fun to speculate on, keep checking back with
bro.
What If.
That's crazy. Let me. What other videos does this person have? Something that won't try again. Really?
2.
Bro. That is very interesting, bro. That all in 5 seconds too, bro. All in 5 seconds. All in 5 seconds, bro. Right, like. But it's like it happens like that, and then it comes back. You can still breathe, yeah, but you're gonna die. So that's how fast. Like, think about that. That's how fast the world can end. The world can end in 5 seconds, just because oxygen is gone. Just disappear for 5 seconds. Everything just dies. That's crazy. What if the next pandemic came from space? Oh shit.
Deadly solar flares.
All right, this last. I'm gonna check this one more.
Planet-destroying asteroid strikes or a hostile alien takeover. These might be what comes to mind when you think of the most dangerous threats to Earth from outer space, but the biggest threat could be microscopically small. Why is NASA so worried about space microbes? How much damage could an extraterrestrial microorganism do here on Earth? And if we aren't careful, how would we wipe out life on other planets? This is What If. And here's what would happen if the next pandemic came from space. There are somewhere between 100 and 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe.
Venom.
While we haven't discovered life on another planet just yet, there is a staggering number of worlds where it could exist if the conditions were just right. And that's why NASA and other space agencies take the potential contamination between our world and other planets very seriously.
Nah, there was a movie. I forgot what the movie was called, but Ryan Reynolds was in it, and I'm pretty sure Jake Gyllenhaal was in it too. I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was like they was in space, and they got infected, like their station got infected with like some like space parasite. Like they all died or some shit. I don't remember what the name of the movie was.
I mean, after all, the last thing we want to do is discover life among the stars, only to find that we put it there. Scientists call this forward contamination. Terrestrial microscopic organisms from our world could arrive on other planets, moons, or asteroids by catching a ride on equipment that someone didn't clean thoroughly. If it's a mission to Mars or Jupiter's moon Europa, where conditions for life are theoretically possible, contamination protocols get even stricter. But another form of contamination is possible. Backward contamination.
Oh, hell no.
We could unknowingly bring back extraterrestrial microbes from space. Or these life forms could spread across the universe naturally. Hitching rides on meteoroids, comets,
Why don't we nuke Mars? Why would we nuke Mars? We had on God vibes. We had a W freestyle. I don't care what nobody says. Why would we nuke Mars, bro? First of all, there's no way possible that we can nuke Mars. There's just no way possible. Unless we have the freaking Death Star, there's no way possible we can do that. To heat it up. Why would we want to heat up Mars? Like, it doesn't even matter, bro. Because all that, if we nuke Mars, all of that debris is coming straight on over here. Come on.
Even space
that don't even make sense, bro.
This theory, known as panspermia, might even explain how life traveled the universe and arrived on Earth in the first place. But where life can go, it can also destroy.
It would go south. Okay, bro, no. It will go all over. What's good, Kenny? We're gonna nuke it in Tesla power. Y'all are so stupid, bro.
While we could face deadly exposure in the vast expanse of space, there's another kind of dangerous exposure out there. Online. Yeah, the other day I was out there alone. Pretty much anyone who's buying sponsor every piece of such
his Tesla
investigating in space.
When Elon Musk sent his Tesla into space,
oh my God,
it's likely he wasn't taking.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Tesla power.
The best protection measures
bro.
Against
Tesla
interplanetary contamination. And as more and more commercial space launches happen, that could become the norm. The reality is that it would be nearly impossible not to contaminate space. It's already too late.
As long as
Take, for example, a privately launched Israeli lunar lander that crashed on the moon in 2019.
It was carrying thousands of microscopic organisms called tardigrades. They are known to be able to withstand extreme conditions like freezing temperatures and high radiation. They could be up there on the moon plotting their revenge right now. Some microorganisms can grow and evolve in microgravity or in conditions similar to the Martian permafrost. That means we need to take every precaution to avoid forward contamination.
Yeah.
And before you ask me what any of this has to do with destroying life on Earth, well, just wait. Things are about to get dangerous. But first, how do we avoid this forward contamination? Well, we should start with rigorous chemical cleaning and heat sterilization to kill any life on the outside of our spaceships. Just make sure you step far away from this process. And as we envision human-crewed missions to Mars, we should set up strict policies about where we can land and explore long before we go there. We should establish exploration zones where we could contaminate in a controlled manner. Then we'd apply stricter precautionary measures before we explored other parts of the Red Planet. But it's not forward contamination that should scare you. In these outer space missions, we could accidentally pick up extraterrestrial life and bring it back to Earth. These microbes entering our biosphere could pose existential threats.
Bro, because they don't... Yeah, they got air, but they don't have the other components to plant for that to grow, bro. Yes, bro. Wait a minute. They have air. If they have air on Mars, if they have air on Mars, why do you need to wear a helmet every time you go there? They don't have oxygen. They don't have the same oxygen levels that we require, that life requires, bro. So it wouldn't work. And you need soil, too, for that to grow. They don't have soil. It's nothing but dirt. They can't plant a tree. It's not going to work.
To all kinds of organisms, ourselves included. Finding life on Mars, either fossilized or alive, seems pretty slim, but it's possible that life forms could survive in the water-rich spots on the planet. These Martian organisms may have the same biological origin as life on Earth. Now, that sounds cool, but that's what would make them dangerous.
That's scary.
Because it's more likely that these extraterrestrial microbes would find Earth to be a hospitable new home. If this was the case, there's a chance that these invasive space microbes might slowly take over our blue marble.
Oh.
They could force many species of plants and animals into extinction. Humans, too. And that's because they could be pathogens. Those are organisms like parasites, fungi, or viruses, and they need a host to do their thing. A host like you. And because these parasites are out of this world, they could be resistant to your immune system's responses. They'd quietly replicate and spread inside your body until they were ready to come out.
That's fucking crazy.
One day you'd cough up a yellow mucus. Maybe an oxygen-loving mucus that would start growing and spreading all around you. This alien monstrosity could grow as fast as 1 meter in one day. Soon, it might develop a fruiting body with deadly spores inside of it. Eventually, this
delicious
thing would burst open, releasing thousands of spores. Now, this would be one thing if it happened in an isolated...
but there's spores all over the place. Lily's calling me. Why, hello?
I'm on your stream right now. What am I looking at?
What you mean?
So, like, what is that thing that I just looked at?
What did you just look at?
The lab, but...
It was like a blob. And there was a mushroom. And
this?
there was an explosion.
This?
Yeah, nah, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. This is just what if a pandemic came from space.
Oh, that's gross.
I know, right? Bye.
It developed a fruiting body. Thing would, if it happened in an...
That's what I was, wow, well, she's white. She's white. Don't have to stop, bro. She's not actually white. She's not actually white. Anyways, the thing I was saying about spores is spores are airborne. So spores are all around us for real. So
isolated lab.
yeah, I get what they mean.
If this monstrosity exploded outside in the open, well, there's nothing we could do to stop alien spores from spreading and infecting everything in their way. That's game over for Earth. Better to eradicate these microbes quickly before they could wipe us out. And that's why we need strict rules and protocols for returning spacecraft, their crew, and any potential biological samples they may carry.
That's gross.
In past Apollo missions, astronauts were quarantined for 30 days after returning to Earth, and all the lunar samples they brought were subjected to extensive life detection and biohazard protocols. If you were transporting samples from Mars, well, you should assume they're dangerous until it's clear they're not.
Yeah.
That means proper containment. And that containment should stay intact throughout your spacecraft's travel, re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, and delivery to quarantine facilities. You should only distribute the samples once scientists have proven that they don't contain any biological life. If there's even a slight uncertainty that the samples weren't properly contained, well, they and the entire spacecraft must be sterilized while still in space. And if there's still doubt, well, sorry, your spaceship could never return to Earth. Yep, you should turn around and get ready to settle down on Mars permanently.
What if we dump trash in volcanoes?
But that's a story for another What If.
Okay, one more chat. One more. That's crazy, but one more. What if we dump trash in volcanoes? This low-key, I've thought about this before.
Simulate things that no one has ever done before.
Hold on, bro.
Like dropping millions of tons of trash into a volcano, dropping phone cases down into the Mariana Trench, shooting all the world's plastic out into space, and more. Where are we getting these crazy ideas? Well, a couple of weeks ago, we asked you, the What If community, where you wanted us to dispose of the world's trash, and you guys delivered some wild ideas. Now, we're going to show them to you like never before. But before we get to that, we're going to drop this into melted glass at over 1,000 degrees Celsius. This
that's like a hot ball.
is about as hot as lava, which should give us a pretty good idea of what might happen if we were to throw our garbage into a volcano.
So this is copper, but if I actually threw my garbage in here or my phone case, which is made of plastic, it would just fill the room with all the fumes from the chemicals that make it, and we would probably die.
Okay, that was pretty cool. But what if we were to do this in an actual volcano with way more trash, using our super cool video effects team? Let's find out. This is you, your trash.
It's a ball of trash.
Not you are trash, your trash. The amount of trash you create in 1 year. Okay. And we're about to throw it into a volcano. But wait, I don't see a volcano. VFX team? That's better.
Cool, volcano.
The lava inside this volcano is over 1,200 degrees Celsius.
Volcanoes scare me, Jack.
This is 680 kilograms of trash. Now, if you don't know how big that is, well, picture a polar bear, but made of trash. Thanks, VFX team. If you were to drop this much waste into a volcano, well, you'd be looking at a big explosion. You see, since the lava inside the volcano is so hot and our trash is relatively cool, well, that equals boom. The trash would hit the lava and trigger a reaction of pressurized and acidic steam. That was pretty intense, but we're not going to stop there. We've got a whole lot more trash to get rid of. Let me talk to Marina about this.
The animation you made of one person's trash, really good, but I'm thinking we up it quite a bit more than one person.
Okay, what do you have in mind? Like
20 million people.
Jesus.
Seriously.
Okay.
New York City's trash for a year. We roll it all up into a ball and throw that into a volcano.
Okay, how much trash is that?
14 million tons.
I'll need some time to figure it out. Can you give me some time and I'll get back to you?
I can give you a couple more minutes because there's only a few minutes left in the video. Yeah, go ahead. Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, perfect.
It's not
While we
actively
wait for
climbing.
that, let's jump over to the other side of the world. But first, why are we doing this? Well, the world's got a bit of a trash problem.
Plastic in the ocean.
Food waste, hundreds of tons of it.
The garbage reality is bigger than you might
Sad,
realize.
bro.
And our friends at Casetify have been working hard to solve it. More on that later. But for now, we're going to take a crack at it. That's why we challenged you to help us figure out the best way to get rid of garbage. From food waste to plastic packaging to phone cases.
I
This
didn't
one said-
realize how bad food waste is until I saw a TikTok of someone dumpster diving behind a grocery store, or like a food produce facility, and he hopped in the dumpster, and it was literally like things you find in the grocery store, but it's just in the dumpster, unopened, and just like all that. Dude was pulling out like the bottles of lemonade, like the gallons of lemonade, he pulled like 5 of those out. He pulled out like the little half gallon of like orange juice. He pulled like 4 of those out. It was crazy.
Says, hey Peter, the trash in our ocean, how do we get rid of it? Maybe dump it into the Mariana Trench. I like your thinking. Over 14 million tons of trash end up in the ocean every year.
That's why they stole where.
That's over 8 trillion pieces of plastic. And a big part of this trash problem is old phone cases. Over 1.5 billion of them are thrown away every year. So we're gonna have to find a way to get rid of all those old phone cases. What if we dump them down into the deepest part of the ocean? Marina, do your thing.
But what would
We're
that?
bringing you down 11,000 meters
For what?
to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Since the Mariana Trench is the deepest point on Earth, dumping 1.5 billion phone cases should be nothing for this ocean cavern. In theory, the Mariana Trench could hold over 1 trillion phone cases in it. It's
why?
forcing our phone cases to be compressed, smaller and smaller. The pressure of the Mariana Trench is
okay.
comparable to a tower of 2,000 elephants stacked up on top of each other and sitting on your head. And as hundreds of millions of phone cases pile up, we'd be shocked at how horrible it is for the ocean. Materials leak out into the sea, killing ocean wildlife and destroying coral reefs, not to mention leaking more and more microplastics into the water. I wonder what would happen if we sent it up into space instead.
That would not be
Well,
good.
more on that soon. Anyway, that was a bad idea. I think I've found a better way to get rid of our old phone cases. But first, let's check in with our giant ball of trash going into the volcano.
Yeah, let's see that.
Looks like they're still working on it. Okay, well, while it's being assembled, let me take a minute to tell you what we're gonna do to fix our phone case waste problem. If I ever have to throw out a phone case, I'm giving mine to Casetify.
Okay,
They've
don't
got
care about your ad.
out get an explosion inside. Trash is ready to be thrown into the volcano.
Why don't they dump it?
Now, let's drop it in.
Bro, do you know how far Venus is, bro? It doesn't matter if we don't go there or not. Bro.
Is ready to be thrown into the volcano. Now, let's drop it in.
Let's see, man.
This time, instead of creating a massive explosion inside the volcano, this trash ball is going to create an explosion that goes hundreds of meters up in the air.
Oh, shit.
Lava would spread to every nearby town. And the pollution, Without a filter, dropping this much trash into a hot lava lake
Like
would
gravity
spread
take it?
poisonous fumes for hundreds of meters. This doesn't look good.
It don't work like that, JoJo. It doesn't work like that.
Okay, that was a really bad idea. But I'm gonna give you guys another chance. Oh, that's an idea that's out of this
Okay,
world.
here he goes, JoJo.
Literally. We're going to see what would happen if we bring our garbage up into space and launch it into the
To the
sun.
sun?
But instead of our garbage, how about we switch it up a bit? Let's just move our plastic waste. We've got a ton of that, or should I say tons? About 40 million tons.
So let's say you put all that into a rocket, right? Into some spaceship, rocket, whatever, and you lost that to the sun. And it just goes, it doesn't just get evacuated to the sun. The sun's gonna react to it.
That's just in the United States.
I'm assuming.
Maybe we should strap it all to a rocket and send it into the sun. That's probably the best way to get rid of it.
What do you think? You can simulate this for us?
That's too much weight.
Yeah, I think we can, but I'm gonna need some help. Can you go collect a bag of plastic garbage and see how much that would weigh?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can figure that out. I'll be right back.
Okay, good job.
Finally.
Let's do this. While I'm out here picking up trash, let's see what other ideas you guys have come up with. Stomach acid.
Dump into stuff.
No. As strong as stomach acid is, it wouldn't be able to dissolve all our trash. And how would you even get that much stomach acid for it to do anything?
That's kind of gross.
What about a black hole?
Stupid.
Yeah, but it's theoretically impossible and it would kill everyone involved. So, next. Could we send it back in time?
Okay.
Hey, how much is it?
Well, it's pretty heavy.
Well, I need an accurate measurement.
Oh, right, of course. I'll send you the details on how much it weighs.
Okay, so how do we do?
Let's see.
Sending our plastic into space would require 1 million bags full of any plastic trash.
The effects.
And to get that up into the sky would require 640,000 rockets. And blowing up a rocket in the sun isn't as easy as it sounds. The only way we'd be able to get our rockets into the sun would be if we slowed the rockets down by 30 kilometers per second, which is extremely hard to do.
That's hard.
That's because Earth moves around the sun at 30 kilometers per second. So in order to line up the rocket with our sun, it would need to stop all its sideways momentum. And that would be almost impossible to properly time and line up.
So it doesn't look that great, huh?
Well, no. It will look more like this.
Yeah, not a great idea. Looks like these crazy ideas aren't gonna work. Maybe the best thing we could do is just recycle.
I mean, it sounds too good to be true, but recycling really does work. If we all did it, we'd notice reduced pollution and more vibrant natural resources.
That's the thing. Not everyone's gonna fucking do it. All right, man. Well, there you go, JoJo. That was that. Wow, that was 27 minutes. That's fucking crazy. I didn't mean to go in that rabbit hole that fast.